Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. Because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
What if I told you that one of China's brightest stars just broke free from the chains of her agency, and the hero who saved her was someone no one expected? This is not just celebrity gossip. It's a story of courage, sacrifice, and a fight that could reshape the entire entertainment industry. The entertainment world has been shaken. Zhao Lusi, beloved by millions for her charm and talent, has officially terminated her contract with Cool Entertainment. But behind this liberation lies a twist worthy of a blockbuster drama. The unsung hero Liu Yuning, who risked everything to help her. Xiao Lucy's breaking point was not a single dramatic moment, but the culmination of months of quiet battles that drained her energy, her spirit, and her faith in the industry she once loved. On the surface, she appeared radiant, gracing screens with her natural charm, delighting audiences with her performances, smiling in front of flashing cameras. Yet behind that polished image, she was navigating a suffocating maze of restrictions imposed by her agency. Each decision about her career was no longer hers to make. Scripts she longed to bring to life were rejected under vague excuses. Roles that could have elevated her artistry were blocked, not because she was unfit, but because her agency demanded total control. With every project denied, every idea dismissed, the gap between her public image and private reality grew wider, leaving her torn between duty and desire, between obedience and self-expression. Those close to her described a growing heaviness in her daily life. Meetings ended in frustration. Opportunities slipped away. Her voice, once confident and eager, was stifled by constant interference. Financial arrangements, carefully designed to favor the agency, left her with little reward for her hard work. Creative restrictions made her feel like a product, not an artist. Slowly, the bright flame of her ambition flickered under the weight of exhaustion. Yet Zhao Lucy remained silent in public, determined to protect her fans from the shadows behind her smile. The breaking point came when Cool Entertainment attempted to block projects she had personally invested in, projects she believed could redefine her career. This was not just professional sabotage. It was a betrayal of trust, of the countless hours she had devoted to her craft. That moment crystallized everything she had endured. It was no longer only about missed opportunities or unfair treatment. It became a fight for her identity as an artist, for the freedom to choose her own path. For Zhao Lucy, walking away was not an easy choice. It meant confronting fear, uncertainty, and the immense power of her agency. But it was also an act of courage, the decision of a woman unwilling to surrender her future to silence. Her breaking point was, in truth, her turning point, the moment she chose to reclaim her voice, and in doing so inspire countless others who dream of living and creating freely. Liu Yuning's secret mission began quietly, almost invisibly, long before the world had any idea of the storm about to break. To most, he was an actor and singer focused on his own rising career, moving from stage lights to drama sets with the ease of a star who had already carved his name into the industry. Yet behind this public image he was listening carefully, noticing whispers, connecting threads that others chose to ignore. Through trusted friends and industry contacts, he became aware of Zhao Lucy's struggles. At first, they were fragments of conversations, mentions of blocked projects, silent frustrations hidden behind her smile. But the more he heard, the more he understood that this was not just the ordinary hardship of show business. It was systematic, deliberate, and deeply unfair. Liu Yuning carried his own scars from the industry. As a performer who had once fought for recognition, he knew the weight of rejection, the sting of contracts that chained rather than protected. Perhaps it was this history that made him pause, that compelled him not to look away. He began quietly collecting evidence, documenting what others dismissed as rumors. Emails, testimonies, patterns of financial exploitation. Slowly he built a case brick by brick, not for himself, but for a colleague who barely knew the extent of his commitment. His mission was carried out in silence, without announcement or expectation of gratitude, because he understood the stakes. Exposing such practices meant risking his own career, inviting retaliation, and stepping into a battlefield most artists avoid. As months passed, his resolve deepened. Every piece of evidence confirmed what he had feared. Xiao Lucy was trapped in a contract that drained her creativity and denied her freedom. Rather than stand aside, Liu Yuning made the extraordinary choice to involve his own legal team, offering her not just documents, but expertise, strategy, and above all, solidarity. It was a dangerous act of defiance in an industry where silence often guarantees survival, but he pressed on. What makes his mission so remarkable is not only its precision but its humanity. He was not bound to her by obligation or contract. He was bound by conscience. In a world that often values profit above people, Liu Yuning became the quiet architect of liberation, the hidden strength behind a colleague's fight for freedom. His mission was more than a collection of documents. It was an act of faith that truth, when carried with courage, can rewrite destinies. The emotional battle that Zhao Lucy faced was as consuming as the legal fight itself, a struggle that cut deeper than contracts and courtroom strategies. To the outside world, she remained the smiling actress, graceful on red carpets, radiant on television screens, her laughter captured in interviews and fan meetings. Yet behind this carefully maintained image was a young woman carrying the crushing weight of uncertainty, betrayal, and relentless pressure. Nights that should have been filled with rest were instead consumed by doubt and fear. Each morning, she had to summon the strength to step into the public eye while privately fearing that every move she made could trigger retaliation from those who controlled her career. The constant tension gnawed at her spirit, threatening to extinguish the joy that had once drawn her to acting in the first place. Her agency's restrictions were not merely professional obstacles. They were attacks on her identity as an artist. Every rejected project, every blocked opportunity felt like a reminder that her voice did not belong to her. Over time, the silence became unbearable. Friends who were close to her described a heaviness in her demeanor, an exhaustion that words could not fully capture. She would pour her energy into performances, yet behind the scenes collapse into moments of quiet despair. The fear of making the wrong choice, of losing everything she had worked for, haunted her constantly. The emotional battle was not only about fighting an agency, but also about fighting the invisible forces of self-doubt that grew stronger each day. In this fragile state, Liu Yuning's presence became more than legal assistance. It became emotional lifeline. He reminded her that she was not alone, that her struggle was not just hers to carry. His encouragement reignited sparks of courage when the darkness seemed overwhelming. He helped her see herself not as a victim of exploitation, but as a fighter reclaiming her rightful place in the industry. The solidarity between them was a quiet rebellion against fear, a reminder that even in isolation, support can bring light. Ultimately, the emotional battle defined Xiao Lucy's transformation. It tested her resilience, stripped away illusions, and forced her to confront her deepest vulnerabilities. Yet it also revealed a strength she did not know she possessed. The scars of this struggle will remain, but so too will the lesson that courage is born not in moments of triumph, but in the silent hours when despair whispers that surrender is easier. In choosing to resist, she discovered her own power. The victory that Zhao Lucy achieved was far more than the end of a contract. It was the beginning of a new chapter written in her own voice. When the official termination letter was signed, it was not simply a legal formality. It was a declaration of freedom, a symbol that her perseverance had triumphed over fear. For months, the weight of silence had threatened to crush her spirit, but this moment shattered the walls that had confined her. The document, carefully prepared to meet international standards, carried a resonance far beyond its words. It represented the courage of one woman who refused to be defined by restrictions, and the solidarity of an ally who believed her voice deserved to be heard. The victory rippled through the industry with force. For other artists quietly enduring their own struggles, it became proof that change was possible. What once seemed untouchable, the dominance of powerful agencies, was now shaken. Zhao Lucy's success reminded the world that contracts could be challenged, that injustice could be confronted, and that no agency, no matter how influential, was beyond accountability. For fans, it was deeply emotional. They saw not only their beloved actress reclaim her career, but also a symbol of hope that justice could prevail in a system often criticized for exploitation. For Xiao Lucy herself, the victory was deeply personal. It was the restoration of dignity, the reclaiming of dreams long delayed, and the rediscovery of the joy that first drew her to the screen. The victory did not erase the hardships she endured, but it transformed them into a foundation of strength. In the end, it was not just the victory that changed everything. It was the woman who emerged from it, stronger, freer, and unafraid to chart her own destiny. Industry impact. This case is already forcing conversations in boardrooms across Asia. Could this be the start of fairer contracts, more transparency, and true respect for artists? Global significance. By using international legal frameworks, Zhao Lucy and Liu Yuning sent a message far beyond China. This fight is about every artist worldwide who deserves freedom and dignity. The human story. At its heart, this is about bravery. A young actress refusing to be silenced, and a fellow artist risking his career to stand by her. In a world often driven by profit, their story reminds us that integrity still matters. Zhao Lucy is free. Liu Yuning is now celebrated not just as an actor and singer, but as a hero of justice. And together their fight has inspired millions. But the bigger question remains. Will this be the spark that transforms the entertainment industry forever? Thank you for watching Update X24H. If you believe stories like this deserve to be told, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join our community. We'll continue bringing you the latest updates, the hidden truths, and the stories that inspire change. Stay inspired, stay informed, and remember, every voice matters.